Well, it's Friday afternoon and Friday evening now actually, and we're out here hiking along the PCT. We're going from parking lot over here, 3 points, over the Sulphur Springs, up to Mount Pacifico this weekend, then ending the journey over at the Mill Creek Summit, I believe. Mill Creek Station? Yeah, Mill Creek Station. But here we go, it's 7 o'clock, 47 degrees out. It's getting colder, it's gonna be a cold night. Chance of snow tonight. That'd be cool. Here we go, look who I got with me. Got Monica and David right there. Here we go along the PCT. Never realized how beautiful it is back here. Just a Pleasant View Ridge wilderness, and by golly, it's beautiful. You got all the yucca plants out here growing, they're blooming. You got Pallet Mountain in the distance. There's actually a plane wreck over there David was telling me about. Beautiful trail, and the three of us are the only ones on this one right now. We might see some people in camp because we are on the PCT. It's PCT season. We actually saw one PCTer up at the other spot where we left the other car. So Sulphur Springs is a camp that some of them use. There's usually water there, so who knows, we might have a couple people in camp tonight. Over there we've got the sun setting on Mount Pacifico. That is where we are staying tomorrow night. I believe it's about 6 miles from our camp tonight. And David actually stashed some water up there for us. Man, that is a beautiful sunset right now. Just beautiful. Sun has finally set over there behind Pacifico. So you have Mount Pacifico right here. The other side of the tree is Granite, and then Gleason is behind that. Man, I've always wanted to go to Mount Pacifico, and it looks like I'll be going there tomorrow. Here we go, back down the trail, and we'll get to camp shortly. Should be coming up anytime because we're making really good time coming down this hill. Well, I'm not going down there to show you, but I'm going to tell you. Down there's a ton of snow plants. There's a bunch of them right in there, you can see, but then just going up along there's probably about 5 or 6 more in there. Then come down here, right down there's about 1, 2, 3, 4 more. So there must be a lot of water coming through right here. That's, oh, another one right there. There's so many in here. Another one, 2 more. This is like Snow Plant Alley in here. Never seen so many in one spot. Well, we made it here into camp. Got here about 8:30 or so. Camp's set up, and we're just having some tea, some hot cocoa. Great time coming in. And when we came down to Sulphur Springs camp across the way, as we came down to camp, there was all the PCTers hanging out in this spot. So we thought that was a camp. Well, we did a double check, came across, and I found the camp. And luckily for us, we're the only ones here. And, we got a nice bench. There's another bench over there. For some reason, they didn't want to come over here to where the benches were. I'm okay with that. So we're going to enjoy the rest of the night here, have some good tea, some good hot cocoa, call it a night, and maybe sleep in tomorrow. I could go sleeping in. So we'll see you in the morning. It's Saturday morning. Slept really good last night. The Govee showed it got down to 21 degrees. Pretty cold. I was pretty warm inside my tent though. I had the Xtherm, my 0-degree quilt. I was warm. And last night when we got to camp, just enjoyed it. Had some tea, some hot cocoa, and then went to bed like around 10:30 or so. But before we went to bed, we went down camp. Found out there's about 3 or 4 other camps down that way, and we heard there was a bathroom around here. Well, it's right across from our camp, but we couldn't see it last night. So it looks like there's 2 bathrooms. Let's see here, Sulphur Springs. Let's see what we got here. See how clean these are or how dirty they are. So that's actually pretty darn clean. No toilet paper, but very clean. Let's check this one out. This one, the door's open. I heard the birds chirping earlier. Oh yeah, very clean again, but there's a nice bird's nest up there. So the birds have made this one home. So coming down from the bathrooms here, across the way, right in there is our camp. There's another camp over there. PCTers are back behind that other camp, just on a flat spot next to the creek. And you got camp here, another one down further, and then one right in there. So I'm going to head back over there to camp and get myself some breakfast going and just enjoy the morning, get some tea. I've got some loose leaf tea with me that David picked up from up north. It's really good. I think I've got like an Earl Grey. I've got like a sugar cookie tea. So they both are delicious, so I'll try one of those this morning for breakfast. This tea right here, got from David. David brought it all the way down from Portland. Was it this Portland? No, Tea and Spice Exchange. And this one's the sugar cookie tea. It's like some sort of black tea, so I've brought in some bags like this. I'm just steeping it right now. I'll add a little bit of stevia that I got here. And just add a little bit of creamer, and then it's like almost like a London Fog, but instead with this one instead of Earl Grey. Should be good. Just had some oatmeal. Oatmeal was excellent. Yes, I said oatmeal. It's sort of cheat meals this weekend, so it's good. So we're coming to get water, and there's a road comes off. This road hasn't been driven on in years, but there's a spring down below. So I thought I'd come up here, see if maybe the more flow up here, and take a look. It's real lush. So the spring must be up here too. Does it mean there's water up here? Who knows? We're gonna go find out. Very lush. There's a pipe. And let's see. See what's up here. Yeah. This must feed the spring down below. Look at that. Huh. So, keeps coming around. So the spring must be somewhere right in here. They've tapped it. And the road ends right here. That's interesting. This would be the water they used to get for camp. There used to be cisterns there too. Maybe the spring's like right in here. But not really flowing anymore up here high. But down below where Mike and David are, it's flowing there. So I was just right up there at the water tank. So you have this right here, and then right where David is, we've got a little flow coming out of here. You can see where he's getting the water right in there. That's a small flow we get. You don't want to get water from in here because it's just full of algae, but that looks somewhat clean. Of course, we're going to use our filters on it, but it's got a nice flow coming out. Nice little flow. So we're just leaving Sulphur Springs camp, back on the PCT, and we are heading up to Mount Pacifico, which will be our camp for the night. Great campsite here at Sulphur Springs. Really nice. Wouldn't mind coming back here maybe for a group camp out sometime. But here we go. Let's hit the trail. So this is the second tree crossing we've had to go through. One across the way we had to go up and over. This one we had to go up, over, then under to get through. That looks like a recent break. It's a beautiful trail through here. Monica and David are up ahead. And nice shade in this portion. A lot of this trail has been exposed because of the station fire back in 2009. I think it was, and it burnt a lot of this forest. So a lot of the bigger trees are gone. But this little area got untouched. So some nice healthy trees. And just a beautiful spot altogether. We just passed the second spring, and now came to this area with some really big trees, and they're just nice, tall, full. Look at that one. That is just massive. And out of the bushes, for a while there we were bushwhacking. Now we're on a part of the trail that's just wide open. Smells nice. Smells piney, I guess you could call it that. And we've got about like a mile to go till we get to camp. We finally see Mount Pacifico right here in front of Monica. That is the goal for the weekend. I get to the top of that, and then if I just pan over here, it's probably going to be hard to pick up on the GoPro, but the PCT keeps following along down that way. We'll take that out to get back to the car. We're going to go over here. I think David's got some water for us right in there somewhere. There's a lower and upper camp. Not too sure where we're staying yet, but you guys will definitely see it once we get there. To get up to Mount Pacifico, you have to take the road up. There's a junction with a little side trail that goes up to the top of Mount Pacifico. Looks like it goes up, but we aren't sure. We know the road does go up, so we are taking the road up. And that's where our water is and the campground is. We made it up here to Mount Pacifico, and great hike up here today. Beautiful area. Really neat to see this spot that we've never hiked before. But let me show you around camp, show you what it looks like up here. Got Monica here tending the fire, and we're going to be cooking on there. David right there brought in some carne asada for us, which is over here. He's got some carne asada, some cheese for us, some green onions we're going to throw up there, some avocado, some hatch chili stuff I believe in there, right?
That is correct.
And let me show you what we got over here, show you camp. I got my Skyscape trucker, wind's blowing in this way, so it hits a beak right here I like to call it, and just goes right off. I'll show you what they've got going over here. Got the DCF section, Micah's tarp tent, and David's Altiplex. And she's got that rock right there sort of blocking the wind there. David's is barely moving. He's got that pitched up really nice. Both great little shelters here. And look at this view. I got a nice view over here through the trees. Looking down over there, down that way you can see the lake, Little Rock Reservoir. On the other side is Palmdale and Lancaster. But we're going to enjoy this fire, get warm because it got down to like 21 degrees last night. I think it's going to get colder up here. And then enjoy that food that David brought. It's going to be a great night out here with some great friends. Couldn't ask for anything more. There we go. Enjoying this fire, having a little bit of whiskey to warm myself up, and the lights are going on out in the desert. Lancaster is lighting up. Hey Hector, see you out there somewhere. Had a nice sunset, and now it's about time for bed. It's like, I think it was just 37 degrees out. Getting colder. These winds are probably what, 25 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour maybe?
I say
10 to 15. Gust of 20. But yeah, so we got a nice little wind chill factor. Around the fire, it's nice and warm. So we're going to call it a night here, and we'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It's Sunday morning from the top of Mount Pacifico. Got a nice view out here. Came up to the rocks to the peak of Mount Pacifico, and let me show you around here. That's the view you get. You can see Mount Wilson, San Gabriel Mountain, good. Vetter, which is right over there. It's just a beautiful day. It looks like there's a little fog out there, a little marine layer, so we can't see the ocean, but you definitely could see the Pacific if it was a clear day, and that's why they call it Mount Pacifico, because you could see the ocean out here, the Pacific Ocean. Last night was not too bad. It wasn't as cold. Things got down to only like 34 degrees. Right now it is, what was it? 36 out. It's not too bad, but the wind was blowing last night, and the wind's just barely going now, but that wind was crazy last night, really crazy. But I'm gonna go back down to camp after getting a couple pictures and then make some breakfast, get some hot oatmeal in me. Just brought that, thought it'd be easy to make for breakfast. I know it's not keto, so don't worry about that. But yeah, I got blueberries and cream, got some hot tea to make, and then we've got I think it's like 4 or 5 miles back to David's car, and then we gotta do a half-hour drive to go back to my car. But it's been fun, been a great time out here, and I'll show you the rest of the trail on the way back. Just had breakfast. I'm gonna show you what I'm doing here. I've got some berry tea this morning, coming from that same tea spot up by Portland that David gets it from. So put it in the bag here. Water's almost ready to go. So I'll have some nice fresh tea, and then just add a little stevia to it. And then we'll be heading down the mountain. Beautiful campsite up here, and just needs to have a little bit of trash cleanup done up here. The bins are all full, so some stuff's overflowing, but other than that, very beautiful campsite. Some great views to the west, Mount Gleason, and then you get into the Los Padres, you can see all the way to San Rafael. Down over this way would be like Red Mountain, Libre. Come out this way, behind the trees on a clear day we could see Mount Whitney. Then on the other side of David you could see all the way out to Telescope Peak and Red Mountain out there. Sort of between those two trees right there. I can see Telescope. You can't see it here on the GoPro, but I can see Telescope, and then Red Mountain's right below it. But beautiful views out here. Really beautiful. Left camp a little bit after 9:30, and we're taking a different trail down. We took the road up, taking the trail down, and this should join up with the PCT. We did see a deer in this area earlier, so maybe we'll run into a deer on the way down. That'd be nice. But yeah, going down a different way than coming up. Let's go check this out. We're back down here on the PCT. We came down that real steep. Nice sign here, PC 2000 Pacific Crest National Scenic Trail. We're going to be going this way to the Angeles Forest Highway. We were at Sulphur Springs Campground 2 nights ago, down that way. But here we go, let's go back down the PCT towards Canada. So the trail wraps around right here. You can see it come along, and those buildings in the distance are where we're going to, and that is where David's car is. So we get to the car, then have to go and do the 30-minute loop back to my car. We made it back here to David's car. Now we got the 30-minute drive to my car. We have made it back over here to 3 points, completing our trip. So I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out Monica's channel. Till the next one, thanks for having me.